Some of the greatest soul music ever recorded never got a single award, never got a stadium tour, never got the recognition it was owed. Not because it wasn't good enough, because 1975 was one of the most brutally competitive years in the history of black music. 43 different singles hit #1 on the Billboard Soul chart that year alone. 43, the highest number since the chart launched in 1958. The year was so packed with genius that masterpieces were getting buried under other masterpieces, and the ones that didn't fight their way to the top just quietly disappeared. Tonight, we go back and find them. 7 forgotten R&B soul hits from 1975 that the world moved past too fast, each one carrying a story the charts never told, each one hitting different now than it did then. And somewhere on this list, there's a song that started with 5 words said out of frustration on a rainy night. 5 words that were never meant to be music. And went on to become one of the greatest songs John Lennon ever heard in his life. Stay with me, we're just getting started. Entry 7, Lamont Dozier. Fish Ain't Bitin'. He wrote 14 Billboard #1 hits for other people. His own name couldn't sell a concert ticket. Lamont Dozier built the Motown sound from scratch. Alongside the Holland Brothers, 25 top 10 pop hits between 1963 and 1968. The Supremes, the Four Tops, Martha and the Vandellas. His fingerprints on all of it. But a brutal royalty dispute with Berry Gordy shattered the partnership, and a legal battle so entangled, it stopped him from even putting his own name on songs he wrote. Here's what nobody tells you. When Dozier finally went solo, Fish Ain't Bitin' was a political protest record, written directly at Watergate and gas rationing, a country that felt completely broken. The man who wrote the soundtrack to Young Love was now writing about a nation sitting by a dry riverbank, waiting for something that just wasn't coming anymore. This is staring out the window music, the particular heaviness of a Sunday where nothing moves and nothing bites, and you can't even explain why everything feels stuck. That feeling, Dozier put it in a groove and somehow made it hit the dance floor anyway. It peaked at #4 R&B and #26 on the Hot 100. A real hit for a man most people only knew from the fine print on other people's classics. 14 #1s built for other voices. One brilliant, overlooked record for his own. That distance right there, that's the whole story. From the architect of Motown to a trio who wrote a #1 on a kitchen table from 5 words said, backstage.
Before we continue, can I quickly say something on behalf of my wife? She's the one behind this channel, and she would never ask you for this herself, but I see everything. The late nights, the hours she spends bringing these songs back to life, just so someone out there can feel something again. And the part that really gets to me is this. Only about 10% of people watching are subscribed, so most people come here, enjoy it, feel the nostalgia, and then leave her behind. I'm not even saying this to make you feel bad, but yeah, It does hurt her. She just keeps going anyway. So I'm asking you, as her husband, if this channel has ever meant anything to you, even a little. Please don't just watch and go. Take 1 second. Subscribe. It's free. But to her it means everything. It tells her she's not doing all this for nothing. All right, let's get back to the music.
Entry 6. The Moments. Look at Me, I'm in Love. A #1 R&B hit that started not in a studio, but backstage, when a man was glowing so hard his bandmates couldn't stop laughing at him. According to the liner notes of the Moment's greatest hits album, before a show Al Goodman and Billy Brown started teasing Harry Ray about the look on his face, Ray just smiled and said, "Look at me, I'm in love." Goodman went home that night and wrote the song at his kitchen table in Hackensack, New Jersey. String arrangements were handled by Sammy Lowe, the same man who built the strings on James Brown's It's a Man's World in 1966. Here's what makes this entry special. Tenderness this deep is harder to write than passion. Anyone can write fire. Very few people can write the moment before the fire, the warmth, the stillness, the specific gravity of realizing you're in it. Picture slow dancing in a living room with nowhere to be. Not a party, just a room, just one person. The curtain moving slightly, the candle almost done. Nobody wanting the song to end because ending the song means the night ends too. That's exactly where this record lives. Look at me. The preacher sang I'm in Love. Hit #1 on the R&B chart in 1975. The Moments were one of the most consistent soul groups of the entire decade. The mainstream just never fully came for them. One glowing man backstage. One kitchen table in New Jersey. One #1 that deserved to live forever. From spontaneous joy to a man who turned the worst year of his life into pure soul fuel. Entry 5. Bobby Womack. Check it out. Check it out, see what I'm all about. His brother was murdered in 1974 in Bobby's own apartment. And 8 months later, Bobby Womack was back in the studio finishing an album. That detail isn't background. That's the whole entry. Born in Cleveland in 1944, Womack came up singing gospel with his brothers. Their song, It's All Over Now, sold 400,000 copies and was picked up by the Rolling Stones. Their second American hit. Womack spent years being one of the most gifted men in any room he entered, and one of the least celebrated. After Harry was killed, Womack's already serious personal battles deepened into something darker. The grief, the guilt of the location, the addiction tightening its grip. Most men would have gone silent. But here's what defined Bobby Womack above everything else. He didn't have a setting for silent. Check it out from his 1975 album, I Don't Know What the World Is Coming to is a man performing with the raw, unguarded energy of someone who has held back his pride for too long and is completely done pretending. You can hear the weight of everything he carried and his absolute refusal to be crushed by it. This is 3 a.m. music, the kind that plays when you're driving with no destination because home feels too quiet. Bobby Womack's voice, finding the exact nerve you've been protecting all week and pressing it gently, then not so gently. He scored R&B top 10 hits with Check It Out in 1975 and Daylight in 1976, delivering from inside devastation what most artists couldn't deliver from comfort. One man, one brutal year, one record that refused to sound like either. From a man who survived everything to a woman whose ex-husband wrote her one last perfect song. Entry 4, Syreeta Wright. Harmer Love. Stevie Wonder divorced her in 1972, then spent the next decade still writing music for her, because some voices you simply cannot walk away from. Syreeta Wright was born in Pittsburgh in 1946, singing at 4, session vocalist at Motown by her early 20s, backing Diana Ross, Martha Reeves, the Vandellas. She married Wonder in September 1970, divorced less than 2 years later. And then something rare happened. The professional love survived the personal loss completely intact. Wonder produced her solo debut, produced the follow-up. She sang on his classic albums through 1980. And when he wrote Harmer Love, the last great song he ever gave her, he produced that too. 18 months before it was released, he was already in the studio building it specifically for her voice. Here's the part that lingers. This wasn't charity. Wonder was at the absolute height of his creative powers in 1975. He chose to spend those powers on her. That choice, that says everything about what her voice meant to people who truly understood music. This is the sound of 2 a.m. and a candle burning low. Two people who knew each other's frequencies completely, making one final luminous thing together long after they had any obligation to. Harmer Love reached number 32 on the UK singles chart in July 1975, massive across the Atlantic, nearly invisible at home. Syreeta Wright died in 2004 from complications of breast and bone cancer, 57 years old. Co-wrote a Stevie Wonder number 1, sang on his greatest records, gave us this, one last song built precisely for one voice. The world barely turned around to look. From a woman the industry kept walking past to the man whose final number 1 came just as the ground was shifting under him. If these stories are finding you, drop the one that hit hardest in the comments. I read every single one, and don't go anywhere. The top 3 are the reason this entire video exists. What's still coming? Trust me, you need to be here for it. Entry 3, Eddie Kendricks. Shoeshine Boy. His third solo number 1 arrived on April 5th, 1975, almost exactly 4 years to the day he walked away from the Temptations. And almost nobody alive today could tell you that. Eddie Kendricks co-founded the Temptations. led them from 1960 to 1971. The falsetto behind "The Way You Do the Things You Do," "Get Ready," "Just My Imagination." When he went solo, people doubted him. He answered with "Keep on Truckin' and Boogie Down." By 1975, he had nothing left to prove. But here's the detail that gives this record its soul. "Shoeshine Boy" was written by Harry Booker, a man who had actually been a shoeshine boy himself. The lyric, "Where are you going to be 10 years from now?" wasn't a cute hook. It was a real question from a man who had climbed from the very bottom of everything. Where are you gonna be 10 years from now? And needed to know you were serious about the climb. Picture a Saturday in 1975 that still has all its hours left. Somebody's radio 2 floors up in the open window. The smell of summer concrete. That feeling of a day with no ceiling on it yet. That's what this record feels like. Light, generous, quietly ambitious. Shoeshine Boy was the last of Kendricks' 3 #1 R&B hits, peaked at number 18 on the Hot 100. But disco was swallowing the landscape whole, and the falsetto that made him legendary was becoming a genre shorthand. He left Motown in 1978, forced to sign away his royalty rights to do so. His voice weakened gradually from years of chain smoking. He died in Birmingham, Alabama on October 5th, 1992. 3 #1s. A voice that helped found an empire, a final hit the world filed under forgotten. From a summer groove built on a real man's climb to the most quietly perfect record on this entire list. Entry 2, Bill Withers. Make love to your mind. The whole world has Lean on Me. Almost nobody has this one. And that gap is one of the quiet injustices of 1975. Bill Withers grew up in Slab Fork, West Virginia, son of a coal miner. Didn't record his first song until he was 32. By 1975, he had written records that will outlast buildings. He had just left Sussex Records for Columbia, and making music crested at number 7 on the R&B chart. Make Love to Your Mind reached number 10 R&B. Here's what the chart position cannot carry. Withers' previous album entered the charts in April 1974, the same month he and actress Denise Nicholas filed for divorce. He was not writing from a safe distance. He was writing from inside the wound. And Make Love to Your Mind, a lyric about wanting to know someone's mind before anything else. Was Withers doing the only thing he knew how to do when life got heavy? Telling the truth slowly, with grace, in a way that made the listener feel less alone in their own. This is Sunday morning music. The house still quiet, the light coming through at that low angle that makes everything feel temporary and precious at the same time. A man sitting inside his own honesty and handing it to you like it costs him nothing, even though you can feel exactly what it cost. Bill Withers walked away from music entirely in 1985, inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, died in March 2020 at 81. This song is one of the last quiet gifts before the silence, and the world barely looked up when it landed. One of the most honest records from the most honest man in soul music, somehow still waiting to be fully found. From a man who chose peace over everything to the song that began with 5 frustrated words on a rainy Memphis night. Entry 1, Ann Peebles. I Can't Stand the Rain. John Lennon called it the best song ever written. Rolling Stone ranked it number 197 on their 500 greatest songs of all time. Tina Turner covered it, Eruption covered it, Seal covered it. Missy Elliott sampled the opening riff in 1997 and handed it to an entirely new generation. The song has been borrowed, replayed and rebuilt for 50 years straight. And most people still cannot tell you who made it first. Ann Peebles was born in Missouri in 1947, raised in a musical family, singing in church before she could fully read. Built her entire career at High Records in Memphis under producer Willie Mitchell, raw, commanding, and absolutely fearless behind a microphone. One evening in Memphis in 1973, Peebles was getting ready to go to a concert with her writing partner and future husband, Don Bryant, and DJ Bernard Miller. A heavy storm rolled in, plans cancelled, staying in. And out of pure frustration, Peebles said the line out loud, I can't stand the rain. Bryant heard it land like a title. He sat down at the piano that same night, built the melody, wove in ideas from Peebles and Miller, and finished the song before morning. They brought it to Willie Mitchell, who reached for a brand new piece of equipment, the electric timbale, and used it to create the raindrop, riff that opens the record, a sound that had never appeared on a soul record before that night. 5 words, one evening, one sound nobody had made yet. Here's what makes this the number 1 entry. This wasn't craft reaching for emotion. This was a real storm, a real frustrated woman, a real love story between 2 people who would build a life together. All of it caught in the air of one Memphis night and pressed into 3 minutes of music. The song peaked at number 6, R&B, and number 38 on the Hot 100. It reached number 41 in the UK. The cover just one sound has kept arriving for 50 years. The opening riff became part of music's DNA. Ann Peebles suffered a stroke in 2012, inducted into the Memphis Music Hall of Fame in 2014. The whole world inherited that rainy night in Memphis. Most of them just never knew whose living room it happened in. 5 words said out of frustration. One night. One sound. Now that one legacy so large it swallowed its own origin story. That's always been the one. 1975 wasn't just a year in music. It was a year full of people who showed up completely, who poured real life into real recordings and received a fraction of what they were owed. Lamont Dozier, The Moments, Bobby Womack, Syreeta Wright, Eddie Kendricks, Bill Withers. Ann Peebles, 7 records, 7 stories, 7 moments the world moved past without stopping. Tonight, we stopped. Which one found you? drop it in the comments. I read every single one. And if this is the kind of music that still lives somewhere in your chest, hit subscribe. We're in the crates every single week. Something this good should never stay forgotten.